Hi everyone. In today's video, I will be sharing 5 important tips for saving money as a new immigrant in Canada. I came to Canada 5 years ago and the tips I'm about to share helped me greatly to reduce my expenses and also save some money. Whether you are an economic immigrant or student, managing your finances is crucial to having a peaceful life, at least in the initial years when many of us will be struggling to find a full-time job or part-time jobs if you are a student. With the rising cost of living and the already competitive job market in Canada, knowing how to manage your expenses would help you and your family to avoid emptying your wallet. Let's get started. Number 1. Do budgeting. I know this sounds very traditional and has been in existence for a long time, and all of you know this. But how many of us actually follow this is a big question. Ask yourself this question: when did I write down all my expenditures, even the smallest one like buying a coffee? Well, even the smallest of the spending matters in Canada if you are a new immigrant here, no matter if you are earning a minimum wage or $100,000 a month. I track down all my expenses each month, categorizing them into different parts like groceries, utilities, transportation, loan payments, and so on. Initially, I did this by creating an Excel spreadsheet. You can also do it by yourself in an Excel sheet or Google Sheets. But I recently came across a book called How to Stop Living Paycheck to Paycheck by Avery Breyer. This book is about budgeting and how to do it effectively. This is a very small book but has some good information. Also, you will get a link to their free budgeting spreadsheet. I personally use this sheet and find it very useful. The link to that book is in the description below. Please note that I am not sponsored by the author to promote this book. This is only my personal opinion. Number 2. Use public transportation. Most new immigrants and students are lured into buying a car by seeing other people, or because they are used to traveling in a car back in their home countries, or simply because they wanted to explore Canada and the idea makes them happy. But remember, the cost of owning a car is a lot in Canada. The first major cost is the monthly payments. If you are going for a car loan, the interest rates would be very high. According to Statistics Canada, the average car loan interest rate in Canada is 7.69%. For new immigrants without a credit history and a decent credit score, the interest rates will be higher. The other major expense would be the insurance payment. Car insurance rates vary based on the city and the province you live in. For example, in Toronto, the average monthly insurance is around $170. This could be less if you live in a different city like Halifax. But if you use public transportation, you could drastically cut down your expenses and save some money. Having a car can be useful for some people who do not have access to reliable public transport, as some of the cities like Halifax do not have a very good public transport system. So it is entirely a personal choice, but you wouldn't find it difficult to live without a car in Canada. Number 3. Living in shared spaces. Rent is the highest expense in Canada and the most stressful one for new immigrants. If you are a student or a single person, consider sharing an apartment with other people if you are comfortable. You could find a single room or a basement to share with other students for a cheaper rent. You can also share the internet, hydro, and other supplies equally to further cut down costs. If you are a family, then you can rent a basement if you are serious about cutting expenses or you are in a very difficult financial situation. Also, you can consider living a bit far away from the city, as rural areas have cheaper rent compared to cities. But also consider other necessities such as schools, office location, shopping, and so on. When I came to Canada, I was living in a shared accommodation in an apartment, paying $300 as rent, aside of the internet and hydro bills, which costed around $30 a month. Number 4. Buy groceries wisely. After rent, groceries are the next major expenses for people in Canada. Grocery prices are high in Canada as most of the goods are imported from other countries. But there are some ways to minimize your spending on groceries depending on your family size and needs. If you are a family with one or two kids, then you can consider shopping at Costco. Costco is a wholesale store where you can buy bulk items for a comparatively less price. The basic membership would cost you around $60 and you would need this membership to enter the store. If you are shopping at retail stores like Walmart, Sobeys, Giant Tiger, etc., then try using an app called Flip. Flip gives you the cheapest price in your area for the items you want to shop. There's no maximum retail price in Canada, so stores can set their own price for items. This means each store will have a different price for the same item. So you can go to the store where the prices are low. Also, some stores will match the lowest price available when you show them. This is called price matching, so you don't have to visit different stores. Number 5. Bank account. Banks in Canada charge customers a lot of fees as annual charges for banking with them. On average, the annual banking charge is around $13 per month if you did not maintain a minimum balance in your account. The minimum balance would be around $3,000 to $4,000 depending on the bank. But as new immigrants, you can find banks that offer free bank accounts for the first year. For example, Bank of Montreal offers a free checking account for 1 year and CIBC offers a free bank account for 2 years. You can take advantage of these types of banking plans. For students, mostly all the banks wouldn't charge any annual fee for a checking account till you complete your studies. Also, students can take advantage of the low fee and low interest rate credit cards offered by most of the Canadian banks. If you want to save money and get a good interest rate on your savings, then I would recommend opening a savings account in any digital banking platform such as EQ Bank. I personally use EQ Bank for my savings such as the regular savings, TFSA and RRSP accounts. Currently, the interest rate for savings account is 2.5%, which is really good. Also, they have recently introduced EQ card that you can use to withdraw cash. Please find the link in the description below to open a new savings account with EQ Bank. If you use that link, you will get free $20 as a bonus in your bank account when you open a new savings account with EQ Bank. These are my 5 top tips for saving money in Canada as a new immigrant or student. There are a lot of other ways you can cut down your expenses as well, which we will talk about in a separate video. I hope you learned something from this video. Thank you so much for watching